Hope everybody's having a wonderful night, wonderful day, wonderful morning, evening, whenever you might be watching. Tonight is the first free break on this channel, 92 Topps Stadium Club Series 2. I use the random YouTube comment picker to choose 3 people, 3 comments. Chris Weaver, Chris W, got in automatically because he bought a box. He donated a box to the for the upcoming break. So Chris Weaver gets first spot, and the other winners are Taco Meat, Clayton, and my fingers are too fat, Dan from Hard R Cards. Now, look, it's Junk Wax, it's Stadium Club, which they're okay. I like them. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of rookies in this set at all. So you're really looking for Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and the Members' Choice cards. So if you don't want these, I understand, and that's okay. I'll give them to somebody else or figure out something to do with them. I know a lot of us have a ton of stuff, and we have a lot of Stadium Club and 88 Topps and all that type of stuff. So if you don't want it, that's okay. We'll figure something else to do with it. If you want to get in on this, all you gotta do is comment on my channel, and that's it. And next week I'll pick 4 new winners. If you win one week, you're not gonna be able to get in the next week. And I think next week will be, well, I think it'll be 91 Leaf Studio. It's got the Bagwell rookie in it, and they're kind of fun cards, if nothing else, to make fun of them. The pictures are horrible. So that's it. Just comment on the videos and you'll eventually get in. And like I said, it's free, as in free. No, you don't have to pay shipping, anything. And the other thing is this, which, if you watched my last video about the flea market haul, I briefly went over it, but I didn't notice that it says includes a randomly inserted 87 Flair card. May include a Will Clark, Bo Jackson, Ruben Sierra rookie card, plus other highly collectible cards. 87 cards. So should I open this in maybe my next video? And I don't know. I'm sure that the card is not going to be Bo Jackson or Will Clark. It's probably going to be, Mike Boddicker or something. I don't know. But if I should open it, let me know in the comments, and I'll pick one of you guys. Whatever card it is, you can have it. And also, try to guess what card it would be. The other highly collectible cards is highly suspicious. So my guess is probably going to be a not as like, I'm not going to say bomb, but not the card that you would want or I would want. So let me know if I should open it. Let me know who you think it is, and we'll do that. We'll give away that card. These are just for decoration, though. This card is going to somebody soon. I don't know what I expected. I really don't. I love this card. It's not worth much, and there was like that Flair set of him fishing and all this type of stuff. But this was one of the first vintage cards I got as a kid, and it means a lot to me. So this might be going out too. This might go for a giveaway. Now, obviously, they've been detached from one another, and I don't even think this is the proper card. I don't know where I got this. I got it a long time ago, but there's Larry Bird and Julie Serving, so that'll probably go for a giveaway at some point. And yeah, so let's get started. Chris, you get to start. Got Return of the Jedi. I probably shouldn't have even said that because I don't know how YouTube works. Their algorithm, their automation picking up. I know how they do the music. So I get this cool poster, which I think I'll probably, that face when you just open up a fresh bottle of Nugenix. I'm probably gonna hang this up. Actually, maybe get a little frame for it. I'm very disorganized at the moment. We are in the process of doing some things at home, and hopefully the setup coming up will be really cool looking and inviting and cozy and atmospheric and good for videos. And I want to hang up some of these things like that. Chris Sabo glasses, his pack of Legends and Goats is going into a frame immediately when we switch this place up. So, Chris Weaver, you get the top left corner. How many packs are there in here? I don't know. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's usually 9 in the junk wax stuff. Okay, yeah, so 9. 9 packs. I'm praying to the junk wax gods that they are not too bricked. I've not opened a pack of these, man, long time. Yeah, they're bricked. I'll do my best to minimize card loss or picture loss. Scott Cooper. I was a big fan of him when I was a kid. Scott Livingston, that's kind of a weird card. The blurred out background is kind of funky, kind of cool. Actually, these aren't bricked that bad at all. John Vanderwall. Steve Frey. Paul McClellan. Cal Eldred. I was just back in the game collectibles or collecting stream, and he was doing some of these a break in '92, and he mentioned the quality of the photos, that they are very similar to the 2019 Howard Johnson, the 2019 Stadium Club, which I absolutely love. There he is, Frank Thomas. Now the member's choice, I don't know if it's like $5.60 to, you'd think if it was going to be a Doc Gooden card that he wouldn't be running the bases, but here somebody had a bag and he just took off. Carlos Martinez. I don't remember what I was saying. Every time I see Doc Gooden, I get sidetracked. Jim Eisenreich, he is Tourette's. I actually thought about putting together a Jim Eisenreich PC. I went to eBay, try to find some Eisenreich lots, and there were surprisingly a ton of Eisenreich lots. I don't know why. Gary Varsho. Mike Huff. Jeff Johnson. So that's your first pack. You got the Frank Thomas, which is good. Like I said, I wish there were some good rookies in here. I don't know a single one in this set. So here's the draft picks, the '92 Stadium Club draft, but they were not in here. Sean here. Yeah, these are not brick. These are in really good condition too. There's no I call it roughage on the sides. Chico Walker. Mo Sanford. Neil Heaton. Mike Humphreys. Pat Combs. Bob McClure, no relation to Troy McClure. Oscar Azokar. Gerald Perry. Keith Mitchell. Can't tell if that's brick or not. No. Darryl Strawberry. That's a good picture too. I don't know if I mentioned the Robin Yount. The Kevin Mitchell story on here. I probably did. Danny Cox. And Pedro Nunez. I'm not going to go over it because it's really violent, but Kevin Mitchell's not a good man. If you look up Doc Gooden, Kevin Mitchell, there's a story about what Doc Gooden and a promoter for baseball card conventions. One of the bigger promoters in the, assuming either late 80s or early 90s. Him and Doc Gooden went to Kevin Mitchell's house or his girlfriend's apartment or something, and he was out of his mind on whatever. And it got very violent. I don't even want to mention what it is. I know some people don't like hearing that stuff, but not a good guy. Let's put him in the category of Dave Winfield and Randy Johnson, though. You know, obviously Randy Johnson, when he took out that bird, was a mistake. Jeff Reed, John Smoltz, another nice one. Doug Hyatt, Jay Howell, Geronimo Pena. I was talking to somebody, Wally Ritchie, Jason Grimsley. I was talking to Chris Sabo's Glasses through email about, and I think John Jabs had brought it up before, a top set. What was it? Convicts and Criminals. Bruce Hurst and Kelly Downs. How great that would be. Andre Santana, Jose Melendez, Felix Jose, Mike Magnate, and Michael Altredi. Tops Criminals and Convicts, putting together a nice little set or a team. Who are the worst criminals in baseball history? Obviously, like let's leave out the Pete Rose or the Joe Jack, like any cheaters. I'm trying to think who, Albert Bell is definitely in there. I don't care what Chet Lemon says. Kirby Puckett, he's not a good guy. I read about, or I think it was Eric Jabs was talking about how he was abusive, domestic violence or something like that. Jim Austin, John Kelly. So who are the worst? I know Oscar, who is that? I think he played for the Cardinals. I just got his autograph. Jay Bell, that's a good photo. Or Orlando Cepeda. He was in jail for drug trafficking. Was he Uribe? Fred McGriff, Crime Dog. Lionel DeShields. Flash Gordon. Big fan of Tom Gordon, when especially, obviously came to the Red Sox. I never read the book, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. See, the edge on here is a little not so good, but it's Tom Gordon, it doesn't matter. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. Never got around to reading that. I think my girlfriend did. I don't think she cared for it that much. Charlie Liebrand. Cliff Slocum. Now you got the, what's his name? It's a guy that just got arrested for domestic violence. Oh, man. Can't recall, but I don't know. If you have any ideas for cops and convicts, criminals and convicts, or convicts and criminals, let us know let me know in the comments. I say us like there's anybody else here except for my cat who's looking at me with disgust right now and wondering, where's my food? Hey, Jeff Bagwell. Where's my food, and where can I take a crap that's gonna bother you? Is it cool if I vomit in your shoes while you sleep? Don't mind me just eating something that you care about. West Chamberlain. Oh boy, Chris, you're a lucky man. I mean, does it get any better? Look at his stance. Man, what a legend. Howard Farmer. So coming up this week, I have a bunch of packages to open up. I've been kind of sitting on Mitch Williams. Feel a little guilty. That's a great, these are really nice cards. These are so much better than I remember them being. Really sharp cards. This would be a good set to put together and be really cheap too. Craig Shipley. Onslaught. I got a bunch of packages to open. I have a couple things at Topps Chrome, which I was going to do tonight, but this was more important. I was going to do this last night, but I ran into some technical difficulties. I wanted to live stream it and was having an issue. I also had an issue with my back because I was crushed by a giant gladiator. It's a nice color, Fisk. Good colors. We train with wrestlers on Monday. Very nice guys. I love it. And the guy that owns the wrestling school near us looks like a gladiator. He's about, I don't know, 6'1". Pretty jacked. And I've heard him described as glacial in movement or lava. If this guy gets on top of you and puts an elbow in your face, you're gonna lose a tooth, like I did. It was already a little messed up, but he finished it off. But if you breathe in when he's on top of you, he waits. It's weird seeing Willie Wilson in an athletics uniform. I always think of him in the Royals. So if he gets on top of you, he waits for you to breathe in, and he puts his fist behind your back, and he bear hugs you, and it feels like you're going to die. And I don't mean that, I'm being 100% serious. You feel like you are going to die. You're not, and he's not going to break your back, or maybe he could. I don't know. It is what it is. So I was really hurting yesterday. I'm hurting today. I have a bad headache from it all. And I feel like I should have ibuprofen should be sponsoring these videos. You need to go to Costco. You guys have Costco near you? I'm sure I think Costco's all over the country, right? We've got a member's choice yet, have we? But I love Costco. It's a weird thing. I could talk about Costco all day. Love the samples. I love their food. Kirkland, man. Chuck McElroy. Put that aside for one sec because I wanted to. Seeing his last name, I thought it's something I'd like to talk about real quick. Yeah, Alex Cole. I know the joke about Chris Sabo and Movon and Waltham, whatever his name is. But when I was a kid, my friends, this was the joke. Alex Cole was our meme. It was the glasses. He was such a goofball. And correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody knows, is he the most expensive refractor 93 and 94 finest? I thought that his was really short printed. Lou Whitaker, great Lou Whitaker. Darryl Boston. Todd Zeal, it's a great photo. So Costco is the best. If you don't shop there, I recommend it. The prices are great. There's a show on, I can't remember, it's called Baskets, with Louis Anderson and Zach Galifianakis. Louis Anderson is Zach Galifianakis' mother, and he's a clown. He's got a twin brother, and it's really funny. I really like it. But Louis Anderson's character is obsessed with Costco, and I was watching it. I didn't really get it. It was like, okay, Costco's a store. Like, I like Costco. I mean, I like Target. I'm not gonna talk about that all day. But then I went to Costco, and it's like you walk in the door and you become some type of victim because you just leave and you just want to tell everybody how great Costco is. It's insane. Their hot dogs are ridiculous. More calories in their food than any other food I've ever seen in my life, I believe. But man, like $1.50 or something, you get like a giant hot dog and a soda? Come on. I feel like a king when you go in there. But it's a great show. Baskets. I don't know why I can't remember the channel that it's on. Oh, it's sticky there. Dwight Evans, love Dwight Evans. My dad loves Dwight Evans. Find that I really like the players that my dad liked or likes. Sean Dunston. What was that movie that Dunston checks in? Roberto Kelly. So baskets. Louis Anderson is one of the funniest comedians ever. He may be I don't know if he's my favorite. I like Dave Chappelle a lot. I like Eddie Murphy's Raw is unbelievable. Eddie Murphy's Raw was the first time I listened to a comedy, and like the whole thing felt like a single joke, because it all just flowed from one thing to another, one joke to another, and then it came back and went like what's the word I'm looking for? But I don't know. It was just so well done, and but Louis Anderson, I grew up watching Life with Louis, and there was a movie I really liked as a kid called The Wrong Guys, with Louis Anderson and Richard Lewis and Richard Belzer and Tim Thompson, who's in Trancers and Scanners. Oh, sorry, my bad. And I loved it. It was like a bunch of kids who couldn't make it up some mountain when they were young, so as adults they go back and do it again, and they're all they're a motley crew, I guess you'd say. And they got to deal with the bullies, and then John Goodman's in it, and he's a villain, and he's like an escaped convict. So I really liked Louis Anderson as a kid, but I kind of liked him as much as a kid would like Louis Anderson. And what happened was, when I was a teenager, my parents split up. I'd go to my dad's house, and I'd stay there on the weekends, Friday and Saturday. And every Saturday night I'd watch Saturday Night Live, and then I would go back and forth between ECW wrestling, and there was a comedy show after SNL that Louis Anderson hosted. He was the MC, and he would come out and he'd do like 3 to 5 minutes, and then all the young comedians would come on after him. And he was so good, those like couple minutes, and it just ridiculously good, that everybody that came after us looked terrible. So I just watched the first few minutes of that and Ellis Burks, and then changed the channel back to ECW pretty much. And that was when I was like, wow, Louis Anderson is a really great comedian. And he's got an interesting story with his father was an alcoholic. I don't think he is a bad guy, but he was was not a great situation for him. And you saw that in Life with Louis. And Life with Louis, I think it's Bulgaria. Life with Louis is huge. It's like the biggest show ever. Like everybody's got Life with Louis tattoos. It's craziness. I think it's Bulgaria. It's something like that. Got double Kirby's, 2 Kirby Tuggets. Get my ape here. But he's very good at weaving, like, should we have gotten a Members' Choice card by now? Or is it not even in Series 2? Is it Series 3? No, because it should be, right? Like, it's in the 5s. Like Benjamin. So, Chris, that is your stack. These will be coming out to you very soon. I hope you enjoyed those. I hope you wanted them. I know you did want to do 92 Stadium Club. And some good cards in there. I think that Frank Thomas is the best. McElroy. I'll remember that. So that is Chris Weaver's pile. And I'm going to have a sip of coffee, sorry. And we will do, I don't know. We'll do Dan. He's a good guy. I like his channel. I like him. He's got some good stuff too. Every time he gets pickups, it's not like a couple cards or anything. He goes on, he buys a lot of stuff, and it's usually really good. So Dan, I haven't talked to you yet. I hope, if you don't want these, because I know you have a lot of stuff, it's cool. We could give them to somebody else or do something else with them. McElroy. There was a movie, I think in the 80s or early 90s, called In Broad Daylight. I just want to read this real quick. Club membership, limited edition Stadium Club cards, Topps magazine, personalized Stadium Club membership card. I would like that. Special members only buying opportunity. I saw at the card shop today, the guy had an Upper Deck shirt. Guy owns it, and it was Diamond Club. I was a little jealous. Wouldn't mind a Diamond Club Upper Deck shirt. I would never wear it in public, but I would want one. But I would like a Stadium Club, like a members only, but a Stadium Club members only members choice jacket. And I'd like the card too, because I don't know, get you into all the special clubs. You flash them your Stadium Club card, and they're like, he's in. Francisco Olivares. So there was a movie called he's In Broad Daylight with Brian Dennehy, about a guy named Rex McElroy, who was a town bully. I can't remember if Gary Sheffield's pretty good. I can't remember the town. It was a small town, but there was a guy who was a town bully. And he was, I won't say all the things that he did, but he did a lot of really bad things. When I say bad, not like screwed around with people or beat him up. He was doing things that would, there's old Lenny Dykstra. He would be on the Criminals and Convicts All-Star team. He was doing things that would get you killed in prison for, that type of stuff. Really nasty human being. And he kept that face on that dude. Good old Eric Gunderson. He would intimidate people, and I don't recall the reasoning, but he kept getting off with a slap on the wrist or nothing at all. And I think he did something to somebody, and he went to intimidate him. He showed up at the local bar, and he showed up at the local bar, and he brought his gun with him, and he placed it on the on the bar drinking. And I don't remember all the details what he did. I don't know if he was saying things to intimidate people or whatever, but he left the bar. He got in the car with his girlfriend, who was way too young, if I recall, and he was shot to death. He was killed, and I think 20-something odd people saw it happen, and to this day no one knows who it did. They said it was probably two shooters, but the whole town watched this guy get killed, and never was a single charge. Just an interesting story. It was In Broad Daylight. There's a book called In Broad Daylight, which is in my purchase folder to get, because I do want to read it. But Rex McElroy was his name. Real villain of a human, and just an interesting little American. I keep thinking that I'm a little bummed if we're not getting any members' choice cards. Like Humphreys. So Return of the Jedi, I know it's a lot of people's least favorite of the originals, but it was within arm's reach, so I thought it would be good to have on. I haven't watched the VHS of this in years. Joe Perry, Keith Mitchell. This was my favorite as a kid, for sure. I love the Ewoks. I like Return of the Jedi. A lot of people. Empire Strikes Back is definitely the better of them. I like Luke in this. I think that his story, his journey, when he walks into Jabba's palace, it's just so well done. And I challenge anybody out there to give me a modern movie character whose story was their journey was as tightly wound and sharp as Luke Skywalker's was. Billy Ripken, Because to go from that whiny little kid at the looking for whatever converters, I'm gonna Toshi Powers, whatever he said. Everybody hated him. I'm sure everybody in the theater was like, "What is this?" He just had that annoying quality about him. And then in being kind of in Empire Strikes Back, that what's the word? Confused and uncertain. To what you see in Return of the Jedi is fantastic. And then you get the prequels, which I don't hate as much as other people anymore. Hey, you got Frank Thomas too, and Howard Johnson, pretty much the same pack, right? It's a good card. This would look good in a case, in a PSA slab. And the Doc Gooden and Carlos Martinez, who I keep thinking is Albert Bell. So what else? Anyways, this week we got the Topps Chrome. I have some packages to open up. I also have all those Fangoria cards, which I've been really excited to do, but as I was going through them briefly, John Franco, he just looks like that kid in school. I don't know what kid it is, but he looks like that kid. Let your mind run wild. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't know why that came in my head, but he just looks like him. Whoever the mystery person is, Billy Hatcher. The Fangoria cards. I didn't know a lot of the stuff on the covers, so I went and I got pretty much every Fangoria from '79 to probably within the past couple of years, in a CBR format, which is like a comic book reader format. It's just a digitized copy, and it was like 30 gigabytes, and I'm gonna go through them probably some more tonight. Mike Huff, and if anybody wants 30 gigabytes worth of Fangoria magazines, let me know and I'll hook you up. Also Starlog too. Another Gary Sheffield, Vizcaíno, Cal Daniels, Lenny Dykstra. I start picking up the pace a little bit on these. Don't get too every name. There was another they put out. It was before Fangoria. There was Starlog, and there was another magazine called Future Life by the same people. And Starlog was obviously science fiction, but Future Life was what's the word? Futurist type magazine where it was kind of talking about medical breakthroughs and scientific breakthroughs and what life was going to be like in the future. And I want to find a set of that because it's always interesting to see. Most of the time they're wrong, especially when it. Oh, on a second. I don't know what just happened. I don't know what that was. Sci-fi writers tend to be wrong because they think very big, Wes Chamberlain and another Movant. You guys are both lucky boys. These look like the exact same packs that were in the other spot, which does not make me happy. Jeff Hamilton's wondering, having an existential crisis in the dugout. So Future Life was a magazine. They also put out another one thing called Cinemagic, which was, what was it? Just kind of like a special effects behind the scenes magazine. And I think that's the one I'd like to get my hands on the most. There's Johnson. I love that stuff. And lots of cool information in these. And the Jose Offerman, he was hot for a minute. Chris Bozio, Reggie Jefferson, George Bell. Remember the time that Mo Vaughn manhandled George Bell, went to go attack Aaron Saley, and Mo Vaughn just came out like a bull, and just knocked George Bell down. That fight, that Reds Pirates fight was great yesterday. I'm not a fan of, people getting hurt or anything like that. I saw Chris Archer, poor Chris Archer, getting just not having a good time in that but I do like baseball fights. I've always liked baseball fights. In fact, I have a question for anybody out there. My first major league game was at Shea Stadium, and I think it was Mets and Padres, I believe. And I think Doc Gooden was pitching, and there was a fight, and it was a really, really bad fight. And they had to stop the game was called because of it. And I've tried looking it up, and I thought I found it a few years ago, but then I've lost it again. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, or if I'm wrong, let me know. It had to have been like, I don't know, I was probably like 8, 10, so it'd have been like probably between 88 and 91 or so when it happened. Joel Johnson, Alex Cole, Whitaker, we've seen all these cards already. Todd Zeal, Steve Decker on the back, Paul Abbott, Jeff Plimpton, don't remember him, Brian Barnes, Chris Cornells, Bob Hida, or Ojeda, however you say it. You're not a real baseball fan. I'm stupid, that's all. So if anybody knows what game that was, I'd like to know. I'd like to see if there's any clips of it online too, on YouTube. Gary Gaetti. There we go, something a little different. Rafael Palmeiro. Ben McDonald. That's a great Mike Greenwell. I love Mike Greenwell. Did pretty good over in Japan too. Watched Mr. Baseball the other night. I hope I didn't mention that in the last video. With Tom Selleck. It goes, and it's pretty cool. The best part of the movie, I mean, it's not that great. Don't watch it. It sucks. The best part of the movie is the opening sequence, the dream sequence, where he keeps getting strikes. He's like strike 7, 8, And it is kind of neat that they, I think they do a pretty good job of showing the difference between American baseball and Japanese baseball. Don't know how accurate it is. I've never followed baseball in Asia or Japan. 2080. But the honor, like the big thing was this is a great scene. Skip. Was like not taking risks because it would be a dishonor if you whatever. And they had tie games. And three of the guys on the ship were Klaatu Barada Nikto, which was what they say in the original Day the Earth Stood Still, which is great. Remake is absolute trash. But the first Day the Earth Stood Still is still fantastic. What's the roll on that? Gort. Yeah, Jim Thome. That's a little better. Somebody new. Wally Whitehurst. Jeff McNeely. He's talking about him with the card shop owner today. So everybody's at the National. Hope everybody's having a great time that's there. Wish I kind of regret not going. I thought about driving out there. I don't fly unless I have to because I absolutely despise being in a plane. We've seen him, Mike Benjamin. I don't ever want to see this guy's face again. I swear if I get anyways, another Kirby Puckett. I would have to driven out there alone, which is not that bad. I've done long drives before. Just people are busy, and I don't know people. I know you guys, some of you guys online, but you don't know me either. So hard R cards, Dan, that is your pile. And I don't know, maybe my mother put in my head about being wary of strangers on the internet. Ooh. Hey kid, come check out these Topps cards I got. 1987 Topps, Don Baylor. What do you mean? Just let me see your feet. You don't want a Don Baylor card? What kind of kid are you? This is taco stack. What a delicious street aim. I love tacos. Love street tacos. But the National looks fun. I'm a little jealous, but also like I know I'd probably get a really bad chest cold or the sniffles, and I'd be upset. Hard R cards. Hard R. It's hard. Chris Weaver is telling me that he doesn't want to do videos, or part of the reason was because of his taco. Again, this is your stack right here. With his heavy twangy accent, he said, like he's from Alabama, and I think that's cool. I like a heavy accent, but I also understand being self-conscious. What if any, we all don't have heavy accents, but if you do, let me know what yours is and how you feel about it, because I don't feel like I sound like from the Boston area, but apparently I do, and Andy, I always call him Andy Beans. It's just easier, Andy Beans, and he looks like an Andy Beans. If I ever seen a dude who looks like they got a pocket full of uncooked lima beans in his pocket, it's him. That's how when he retired, he just walks around and hands out beans to people in New York. Todd Stottlemyre, Mike Schooler. Card's a little cut a little poorly. What was I saying? Yeah, accent. Oh, there we go. Man, I can't get away from Cecil Fielder lately, and I'm getting a little concerned that, he's gonna be my guy. Like, seems like everybody that breaks cards has a guy, and Cecil Fielder lately has been popping up a lot. Not happy about it. Not a Cecil Fielder fan. Never been a Cecil Fielder fan. But Taco, you got a member's choice, Cecil Fielder. You know what? Since there aren't any great rookies in the set, or many great cards, except for some Hall of Famers, I'm going to top load this for you. Plus, I like you. I like everybody. There you go. Actually, looks pretty good in a top loader. So Taco, I don't know. Did I go through all these? I don't remember. Yeah. Myers. Just go again real quick. What the heck was I saying? I was talking about Beans, Andy Beans. Pockets full of beans, pocket sand. King of the Hill. Best cartoon, best animated show ever made. I don't care what anybody says. There's no way I will ever change my mind on that. Never a single bad episode of King of the Hill. It was on forever. Should not have a bad episode, whether it's animated or live action. It doesn't matter. And it ended very good. It ended near perfectly. The only thing I didn't like about the end was I didn't know, there was I recall there wasn't a lot of resolution with Dale and his wife. Jeff Bagwell, Mark Lemke. Hard. I was talking about accents. So if you have an accent, and I don't know, let me know in the comments what it is and how you feel about it, because I do get self-conscious. That's a great. Doesn't even look like Kirk Gibson in that picture, but that's a great card. I try to cover mine up a little bit. Darren Doan, what is he growing on his chin there? It's like a tuning fork. Will Clark, yeah, man. Well, I think Taco Meat's kind of got the good stack here. And I think you got another Member's Choice card too. You do. Will Clark Member's Choice. That's a dope card. I like this. I like these cards a lot, man. I might get a box for myself. I don't have a lot of these anymore. Let's put this heavy sleeve. I can't believe I'm top loading. It's 92 Stadium Club cards, but it's fun. I know this video is going to be kind of long. My videos tend to be longer. I apologize if you don't like long videos. And I know they say you should do like 10-20 minute videos, but that's no fun for me. And I like to have fun. It's weird with the accent, the Massachusetts accent, the Boston type accent, that you don't pronounce your R's, but if I see something like Splenda, which has no R in it, I say Splendor. And there has to be some type of reason for that, some medical, there's some term, some Brian Harvey. Oh, got Scott Bankhead on the back. I don't remember him. Manzanilla? Don't recall. I was also 10 or 9 when this set came out, so I was busy doing, I was collecting cards stuff, but I was also busy doing 9, 10-year-old things. John Olerud, I'm a huge fan of John Olerud. I love watching him hit. Or I loved watching him hit. Or a Hershiser. I will not make that joke. Hey, buddy, look who you got. Jose Canseco Members' Choice. So you got 3 so far. Crazy, and everybody else got none. It's a nice card. Corners, everything's sharp on it. I'll top load that one after just to save time. So I'm sure a lot of people out there getting bored and don't want to listen to me. What's the best accent? What's your favorite accent? I'm not talking about just American, I'm talking anywhere in the world. What's your least favorite accent? Mine is, I'm not even going to say because I don't want to get people upset, but there's an accent that is very common around Massachusetts that it's not American, that I'm not a fan of. It sounds like you got a... Dude, are those 2 more Members' Choice cards? They are. What the heck, Topps? Come on, man. Mark McGwire, unfortunately, he's cut pretty poorly. David Justice and a Cal Ripken Jr. Nice, dude. You're killing it. I feel kind of bad for Chris and Dan. You have the accent that I'm not really a fan of. It sounds like you take peanut butter, you run a mile in the desert, you take a handful of sand, and then you jam peanut butter down your mouth and try talking. That's what this accent kind of sounds like. Tino Martinez. Tony Perez-Chica? Don't remember him. Another Olerud. And you got another Members' Choice card in here. Another Jose Canseco. My dog would love that. I'm sure he probably has it, but it's still a nice card. Muniz. Dwight Evans. Cheeto Martinez. Let's be real. This is a Mark McGwire card. Saw the trailer today for the movie The Irishman, which looked great. Martin Scorsese and Joe Pesci and Al Pacino. I can't remember the guy's name in The Irishman that De Niro's playing. Come on, buddy. But he was he supposedly, or he says that he was a guy that took out Jimmy Hoffa. Bell, Pat Tabler, and another Cal Ripken. Topps, your quality control is garbage in 1992, but to be expected. It can be kind of garbage today too. Another Tino Martinez, Jerome Walton, Jeff Carter, and Alex Fernandez. So I was reading about the guy. I said, Fred Sheeran? Come on, buddy. Don't even come up here, please. And he was in World War II. He was in the Battle of the Bulge and some other things. And apparently, he said that's where he kind of learned to not care about human life, I guess. And he went over some of the things that he would do, and it's pretty horrific. Cliff Slocum, Ellis Burks, Julio Franco, I think so. Oh, look, and you get the Ken Griffey Jr. I'll top load that. Ivan Rodriguez. I'm gonna sleeve up all the Hall of Famers and like the All-Stars are good cards before these get shipped out anyways. I feel like I gotta find a source for top loaders. That is Robin Yount Strawberry. That is cheaper than my current one, which is none. It is my card source is Amazon. But this guy supposedly, he was the guy that took out Hoffa. He said he did, and I guess last year, like Fox went and they found the house that he said, and they found a bunch of blood in there, and it wasn't Hoffa's, but there was other blood in there that people didn't know what it was, they couldn't match it, so it could have been his. Apologize for the sound in the background. He's starting to get mad at me. I love it. The cat will scratch something, knock something over, and he just turns his head. He waits for you to look at him, and then proceeds to do it again until he gets what he wants. Howard Johnson, Frank Thomas, Doc Gooden. So this is the same pack as before. Jim Eisenreich, Varsho, Jeff Johnson, John Smoltz. There's a Mike Hall on the back. Doug Pyatt, Jay Howell, and Joe Gray. Or is it? I didn't see it. Just real quick, I'm gonna call him back. I would like to do some more expensive breaks in the future, and I'm just don't really want to do it. There's enough people doing that right now, and there are lots of people out there who can't get in the breaks. Like I said, that's part of the reason for doing this. They get really expensive and they're a huge gamble. And you watch and you're drooling because you want to get in on it. But as things go on, if this channel shows growth, then I'll start doing some more expensive or newer breaks for free as well. That would be the ultimate goal as far as the breaking side of things go, is to get people who otherwise wouldn't be able to get into breaks into some. And like I said, it's never going to be, unless something crazy happens, it's not going to be like immaculate or diamond icons or anything like that, but it'd be cool to do some high-end stuff for some people. And some kids too, they can't get into breaks. So Taco, man, you killed it. You got the Griffey. I think maybe the most expensive card in the set, except for maybe the Members' Choice Griffey, as well as the Ryan. Ripken, Canseco, double Ripken, double Canseco, Dave Justice, Will Clark, and Cecil. So you did really good, man. I hope there's some less for Clayton. Clayton has been very kind to me. He watches my videos before he goes fishing, and that makes me happy. It makes me happy when anybody watches this, and I appreciate anybody that spends time watching these. But yeah, The Irishman, it looks good. It's going to be on Netflix, so I thought about wearing gloves for these, but I didn't want to come off as too much of a try-hard. Like, I don't need gloves for 92 Stadium Club. My hands are dry. I don't know where my cat is. I don't know what he's doing. That's Scott Livingston again. pretty cool card. I like the weirdness of it. And then I saw the trailer for The Lighthouse, which, if you haven't seen it, it's got William Dafoe and what's the kid from Twilight, which I've actually never seen, but Robert Pattinson. I've seen him in something else. I saw him in something recently, which I really liked. He's a good actor. Another Mo Vaughn. It's a Mo Vaughn thick case. It's a thick box when Mo Vaughn's involved. Williams. I always think that's the Michael Jordan card, because I think one of them looked like that, or something. Got a big box of vintage cards to open up. I got them from Back in the Game Collecting. And if you're not familiar with his channel, it is fantastic. I just discovered it through, I think, Jason this past week or so, and I love it. He essentially you can buy packs of it. You want a pack of Stadium Club, it's like $1, right? And he'll open it up on the on video for you. All of them are live streams. But he has set breaks, so like I've been buying a lot of 83 tops, looking for the Gwynn rookie and the Sandberg rookie. Sandberg wasn't for me, it was for somebody else. But it's like $3.75 a pack, and you're guaranteed at least one Hall of Famer. All the cards are pretty much packed fresh, so they're really clean. And I think the Ricky Henderson I got would grade very high. I got a Boggs rookie. I got some good cards. Like I said, each pack has got a Hall of Famer. And for that price, for $3.75, you buy a pack of 82, 83, 84, Donruss or Flair or Tops online, that's a risk. There's a good chance that pack has been searched. So Back in the Game Collecting, but what he has also is he has some older stuff like 75 tops, he had 1968 tops with a Nolan Ryan rookie in it. So I think the pack of that was $45. But like I said, you're getting Hall, you might get a Bob Gibson. Who knows? And they're great shape and really nice guy, good prices, and it's not not nearly as risky, I should say, as something like, I don't want to say anything bad about them, because I don't have anything bad to say about vintage breaks, because they're doing their thing and nothing wrong with it, but it is very risky, because when you buy a spot or even a pack, you're guaranteed nothing. At least you're getting something here, you are. So I got a big box of stuff from Back in the Game Collecting. I don't even remember what's in there, but I do remember there's a Boggs in there, there's a Ricky Henderson that was really sharp, well centered, great colors. Then I got some Flair, I got some 93 or 94 Topps Finest. That might not have come in yet. I absolutely love that set. Would love to get a box set at some point, but I also don't want to become poor. So there's that. It'd be cool if Jabs did a video on a throwback on that. So I think a box of 93 Finest is like $650, or maybe even more now. Seth Landrum. So it looks like Taco Meat kind of snuck in and stole most of these member choice cards. Members choice. Man, my mouth is dry. Is Paul Abbott related to Jim Abbott? I doubt it. I was reading some of your comments of what movies you guys like from the 80s, and they're pretty much across the board all great choices. Dustin and Harvey Pulliam. Goonies was brought up. Man, one awesome movie. Dear Someone brought up Paris, Texas. Man, it's up there with one of my favorite movies of all time. It's so damn beautiful. Norm Charlton. Chris brought up Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, the classic. Monster Squad. When I was telling, was it Clayton? I can't remember who it was. I was telling them when I was, younger, I started writing I'm sure if I went back now, it would be cringy and barely legible, but a sequel to Monster Squad, where so the kid who played oh man, the heavy kid in it, I can't remember his name right now. Horace, the kid who played Horace, he died in real life. He died of I think something related to diabetes, which is too bad, especially now that Monster Squad is having it's found a little bit it's found new life, I guess. It's not sad because that's but you know what I mean. And so the idea was to kind of, if you've ever read it or seen the movie, you know what happens to one of the characters because of the trauma from childhood. Well, in the movie in the book, I can't remember his name. One of the characters commits suicide, and he does because of Pennywise. But in the movie, it's kind of implied that it's because he's just scared, right? He doesn't want to go back. Because it's Pennywise the clown. But in the book, if I recall, he doesn't. He does it because there he is again. That son of a Mike Benjamin. I don't know what it is about him. Why do I hate him? Why do I don't like his face? I'm with John Jabs, like Eric Plunk. I don't like his cards. Frank Zane, Calvin Schiraldi, and now this dude's up there too, Mike Benjamin. Poor Mike Benjamin. I hope you don't come across the channel. If you do, know that I love you, and I'm sorry. So in the book, the character, the reason he does it is because it's not fair from what I remember, but it's that he's so repulsed by it, like that it's an affront to his existence, his humanity. And but anyways, I had an idea for the Monster Squad sequel where Horace, because he had passed away in real life, something occurs in the movie that he dies as an adult, and they kind of get back together and they go fight a new evil. And it's more about the trauma that is caused by what if you experience that real life, universal monsters coming to life and killing you, how your brain would be so destroyed and damaged that there would probably be no coming back from that. All the death and destruction that universal monsters tend to cause. What am I talking about? It's like probably getting close to 3 in the morning, and that's what I'm talking about. Boy, Geronimo Pena. So this is kind of same packs as the other ones. Don't see any members' choice. Bruce Hurst, Kelly Downs, Santana, Melendez, Felix Jose, Mike Magnate, Glenn Sutko. Looks kind of like Dante Bichette. Bo Bichette, his first home run today, I think. John Franco. Bo Bichette's mother is absolutely gorgeous. They cut to her. I don't know how that ogre Bo Bichette got that. Probably because he's worth a lot of money. And he's probably a really nice guy. People like good personalities, and they like nice people. Tim Leano. Is that the first Tim Leano card? Maybe. Neil Heaton. Mike Humphreys. Pat Combs. Bob McClure. Oscar Azokar. Gerald Perry. Keith Mitchell. Darryl Strawberry, Robin Yount, and Danny Cox. I firmly believe that a good, humor, a good personality, being yourself, is as far as, meeting girls, or whatever you're into, meeting whoever, is more important than most other things. If you look like Rocky Dennis, you're going to have issues. And dating is probably going to be the last of your issues. You could always find a blind girl who ends up being in The Last Jedi and being a part of the thing that ruined the movie. But just saying, you could if you looked like Rocky Dennis. Howard Johnson, Frank Thomas, Dolph Gooden. This is the exact same pack. Jim Eisenreich. Last pack. So, taco meat. You got every member's choice card in this box. So, congratulations. Brian Hunter, Ben McDonald, Mike Greenwell, Jeff Plimpton, Mike Huff, Francisco Oliveras, Chris George, Gary Sheffield, Jose Vizcaíno, I love saying that, Cal Daniels, Lenny Dykstra, Dave Otto, Eric Gunderson, and Greg Gagne. And I was wrong, Cormier. So that's it. That's the free break. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Like I said, I know it's nothing crazy, but you know, it's a way for me to give back a little bit, I guess, and have some fun. So that's that. Tomorrow I'll be breaking Topps Chrome, and then Friday hopefully I'll do the Fangoria cards. Then Saturday, if all goes well, we're going to be doing, a buddy of mine will do a Nintendo and kind of a general video game, but mostly concentrating on Nintendo games, or my collection of games. And that's that. I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you have a great day or a great evening, or